The well-designed survey is only going to show you questions that are relevant to you, and it's going to show them in an order that makes sense. What do I mean? Let's look at a little example from Buoy. Here's the start of their little post-purchase survey. I'm a chronic illness girly. I'm trying their electrolyte drops. Before you go, how did you first hear about us? I'm going to be honest, when I first read this, I skipped the first. Whenever it's something like first, I want it to be underlined. I want it to be bolded because you're not asking like generally all the places I've heard about you, which you could ask because I've heard about them in a lot of places, but they want to know the first place you heard about them. So like I would underline it, I would bold it, I would make it jump out. Their list, like I think this is a pretty good list. I heard about it from a friend. In this case, like might they care if you heard about it from a friend versus a family member versus a coworker? Maybe not, in which case, like, it doesn't matter that these are all together, but if your company did care about it, separate them out. Then they want to know, why did I make this purchase? I clicked chronic illness support. I think I ended up also later clicking, like, headache relief. I was actually thinking migraine relief, and migraine's different than headache, just in case anyone was wondering, but, like, again, like, I'm okay with this list. I don't have a lot of complaints about the list. I think, good, this is fine. Then they asked me if I'm switching from another brand, which I am, so I clicked yes. And if you're thinking like this seems unproblematic, just stay tuned, okay? Then they want to know which brand I switched from. I typed in Hydrant. I was a little annoyed that I had to type something in, and also like this is just going to be messy for them to analyze because someone might spell hydrant different than me. Then they have to go through, find all the different spellings of hydrant or element or whatever it is that you use and like categorize them all together. Like this is going to require, the data will require a lot of cleaning is what I'm saying. They could have just listed out the most popular electrolyte brands and then put in other, please specify, and that would make this question much, much better. Easier for me, easier for them, way easier for them. Like, come on, just make that change, seriously. This is where they threw me, and when I was like, wow, this whole survey was completely out of order. Because the last question they asked was, who did you purchase this for today? I purchased it for myself, but if I had purchased it for someone else, then the questions before, for instance, did you switch from another brand, don't actually make sense for me to see at all. I shouldn't see those questions. Yeah, I get it. I could have clicked no if I didn't switch from another brand because it was a gift, but like we're trying to make surveys be like a enjoyable, quick experience for people to get you the best data that you want. So like don't show people questions that aren't relevant to them. Maybe like, I don't know, do you give gifts? And it's like, oh, I used to gift this electrolyte and now I gift this other electrolyte. Maybe, but like, here's the thing. This should be the first question in the survey. Who did you purchase this for today should be the first question, and the questions that follow should depend on who you made the purchase for, whether it was for yourself or for someone else. This is not a last question of a survey question. This is like a set you up for success for the rest of the survey. In order to decide what questions to show you, I need to know who you made this purchase for. This should be first. And you would ask people, why did you purchase it? And maybe this list, this is the why question, would look the same for whether you purchased it for yourself or for someone else. But I could also imagine it looking different. Like maybe if you made the purchase for someone else, it's just because like it looked like a fun gift, or like, they work out a lot and you think it would be helpful. Like, I don't know, maybe just consider for a minute the fact that you might ask different why questions if it's purchase for yourself versus a purchase for someone else. When you design a survey, you need to think through the whole thing from like start to finish. We call it like the survey flow. Like think about which questions make sense to ask when on the survey, and think about who is taking the survey and like their experience, and like make the survey questions tailored to their experience. I don't ever want to be taking a survey and see a question that doesn't apply to me, because you can screen for that. It's so easy to really like individualize surveys and make it just like such a better experience for the people taking it, but it also makes it better for your data. Also, for all these companies, I just want to throw this out there. I review surveys for companies, I give them feedback, I give them really quick and easy fixes that they can do, and it's like literally not that expensive. So like DM me, please. I want you to get good data. I want you to get good data. And I want to have a better experience taking your surveys too.